These days, having proficient writing skills has become the norm. From business, government work, and to the studies comes endless project proposals and niche circumstances with position papers. In the context of academia, these papers are the norm being served as activities in all kinds of different subjects. Today, we will be discussing about tips on writing a project proposal and position paper.
So, first up, what is a project proposal? Project proposal. It is a document that is to a plan and solution. An example would be when you are trying to propose a plan for a reading. This process would include a writing document and then presenting it to the audience.
So, what are the guidelines for writing a project proposal? To create an effective proposal, it must be well researched with concrete data from primary and secondary sources to enhance credibility. Organizing the gathered information clearly using an outline or the proposal structure ensures clarity and effectiveness. Writing the proposal involves filling in its section with relevant data, followed by a thorough revision to check accuracy and organization. A well-structured and comprehensive proposal presents the organization in the best possible light.
So after the guidelines, you must know how to format the project proposal. Project proposal can be classified based on their length. Informal proposal are shorter, usually 2 to 4 pages long, while formal proposal are more detailed and typically at least 5 pages long. So let's talk about the introduction. You must have the specific parts such as the rationale, objectives, and benefits in order to provide the necessary background for understanding the proposal. So first, the rationale. It identifies the problem to be addressed and shows the need to solve it. It's also effective since rationale establishes the context of the proposal by outlining the problem, the knowledge, or need that the project aims to address. The next one is objective. Unlike rationale, objectives serve as a foundation, ensuring the proposal is clear, compelling, and aligned with it. And lastly, the benefits. It explains the good outcomes of the proposal, elaborating its value, impact, and advantages to the participants.
Since we are now done with the project proposal, let us move on to the position paper. The position paper is a document that highlights an opinion by an author or a relevant entity in the situation. It is normally used to persuade readers to sympathize with the opinion and take their side. Steps in writing a position paper. Is it the actual and real issue? This is the most important question to ask because it ensures that you are addressing a relevant and important topic. Can you clearly identify two positions? This ensures that there is a clear debate or controversy to explore. Are you an advocate of one of these positions? This ensures that you have a personal stake in the issue and will be passionate writing about it. Is the issue narrow enough to be manageable? This ensures that you can explore the issue in depth within the scope of your paper. First, factual knowledge, which are valid and verifiable information. Factual knowledge is true information that can be proven. Second, statistical inferences, which are conclusions drawn from data gathered. These are conclusions that are drawn from the data. Informed opinions, which are based on knowledge of the facts and carefully considered principle, and rely on evidence instead of limited personal experience. Informed opinions, viewpoints based on evidence and facts. Personal testimony, which are personal or first-hand experience of the writer or knowledgeable part. It's about personal experiences.
Now we'll talk about the components of a position paper. First is the introduction. This is where you introduce the issue you'll be discussing and clearly state your position on it. The most important part of the introduction is your thesis statement. It's a single sentence that summarizes your main argument. Second is the body. So the body is the heart of your position paper, where you develop your argument and support it with evidence. It's often broken down into sections to make your argument clear and organized. A. Possible objections to your position, counter argument. B. It is simply a discussion of both sides of the issue, which addresses and refutes arguments that contradict the author's position, your argument. C. You'll show that your argument is still the strongest, even if contra-argument seems convincing. You do this by proving their weaknesses and reinforcing your own points. Lastly, the conclusion. In conclusion, you'll summarize the key points by restating your position and highlighting why it remains the best choice. A. Restate your position, then B. Provide an action plan.
That wraps up our presentation. I hope you learned something new and found it informative. Thank you.